Hello there! Today I'm going to talk about one of the most fascinating ideas in science fiction, how we actually travel through space. Every universe imagines it differently, from bending space-time to jumping instantaneously across galaxies.
What are we driving?
In the Stargate universe, hyperdrive is the primary method of faster-than-light travel for starships. While the Stargates themselves allow near-instantaneous travel between worlds, ships need a way to traverse vast distances without relying on a planetary gate. That's where hyperdrive comes in. The core idea is simple. Instead of moving faster than light within normal space, a ship equipped with a hyperdrive shifts into an alternate dimension, known as hyperspace. In hyperspace, the rules of physics are different. Distances are effectively shortened, allowing a journey that would take centuries at sublight speeds to be completed in hours or days. From the outside, the effect is marked by a ship stretching into a luminous tunnel before vanishing. But not all hyperdrives are created equal. The ancients, who first constructed the Stargates, developed the most advanced hyperdrives known, capable of crossing galaxies in relatively short time frames. The Asgard, another powerful race, also possessed hyperdrives of remarkable speed and reliability. By contrast, the Goa'uld, despite their reputation as gods, only reverse-engineered their technology, leading to slower and less efficient hyperdrives. Even Earth's early attempts were clumsy at first, limited to short-range jumps, until the Tauri gradually improved their systems with Asgard assistance. Hyperdrive travel isn't without limitations. It requires massive amounts of energy, often drawn from advanced power sources like Nequadria or zero-point modules. Unlike instantaneous jump technologies in other franchises, traveling through hyperspace still takes measurable time, which means fleets can chase each other across galactic distances. Within the story, hyperdrive isn't just a piece of background technology, it shapes the narrative. It's what allows the Goa'uld to dominate entire star systems. What enables the ancients to seed the galaxy with stargates? And what lets Earth transition from a single-planet civilization into a galactic player? Warp drive is perhaps the most iconic form of faster-than-light travel in all of science fiction, thanks to Star Trek. Unlike simply moving fast, warp drive works by bending the very fabric of spacetime. A starship doesn't blast forward through normal space at impossible speeds. Instead, it generates a warp field that distorts space around it. The ship itself rides within a protective warp bubble, while spacetime is contracted in front and expanded behind. This allows the vessel to cover vast interstellar distances without technically violating the universal speed limit of light. In Battlestar Galactica, faster-than-light travel doesn't look like streaking stars or glowing warp tunnels. Instead, it's sudden, abrupt, and brutally practical. The FTL jump. Ships in this universe don't travel faster than light in a continuous journey. Instead, they disappear from one point in space and reappear at another, skipping over the space in between. One moment, a Battlestar is cornered by a Cylon fleet, and the next it's gone. A blinding flash marking its leap across the stars. The principle behind the jump is simple in concept but complex in execution. Each FTL drive must calculate precise coordinates for both departure and arrival. Even the slightest error can result in a ship materializing inside a star, too close to a planet's gravity well, or worse, scattered into empty space forever. This constant risk adds tension to every use of the technology. The crew doesn't just push a button, they gamble their lives on the accuracy of their math. Unlike warp or hyperdrive, jumps are not smooth or continuous. They are discrete events, almost like teleportation on a massive scale. This makes them tactically unique. A Battlestar can jump directly into a battle zone, unleash its Vipers, and jump out before the enemy can react. A fleet on the run can string together a series of short jumps, staying one step ahead of pursuit. The technology lends itself to a kind of cat-and-mouse warfare, shaping the desperate, survivalist tone of the series. But the jump system has limitations. Calculating safe coordinates takes time, meaning a ship under attack might not be able to escape instantly. Power is another factor. Small civilian ships often rely on military vessels to handle navigation and protection during coordinated jumps. Narratively, the jump drive mirrors the themes of Battlestar Galactica itself. It's not sleek or elegant. It's messy, dangerous, and often born out of desperation. The constant need to flee, to stay just ahead of annihilation, is embodied in the frantic cry of "prepare for jump." For the survivors of the 12 colonies, FTL isn't a symbol of exploration or wonder. It's the thin line between extinction and one more day of survival. While starships in the Stargate universe rely on hyperdrive to cross interstellar distances, the franchise's most iconic mode of travel is the Stargate itself. These ancient devices, built by the ancients millions of years ago, provide instantaneous transport between 2 points in space by creating a stable wormhole. With a single step, a traveler can leave Earth and emerge light years away on another world. Each gate has a unique address made up of symbols corresponding to constellations, which must be dialed in the correct sequence. Once activated, the gate forms a shimmering blue event horizon, a two-dimensional surface that leads directly to the connected gate. Matter can travel one way through the wormhole, while energy such as radio signals can pass both directions, allowing communication between distant worlds. What makes Stargates fascinating is their practicality. They eliminate the need for starships, massive amounts of fuel, or complex navigation. A small team can dial in a gate, step through, and instantly explore another planet. This is why the Stargate program on Earth is able to conduct missions across the galaxy without ever leaving the ground. But as with all sci-fi technologies, there are limitations. Wormholes can only remain open for a limited time, typically 38 minutes, without additional power. Stepping back through the gate isn't possible unless the connection is re-established from the other side. Strategic restrictions also come into play. Gates can't connect if one is already in use, and dialing certain addresses requires more power than standard gates can provide. This balance between incredible capability and real constraints gives the system a sense of grounded realism. Narratively, the Stargate changes the very way stories are told in this universe. Instead of long voyages through space, each episode becomes a journey through the wormhole to a new world, culture, or mystery. The gate itself becomes a narrative device, a doorway not just across space, but across genres, from science fiction to mythology to political drama. Where hyperdrive connects civilizations across vast distances, the Stargate makes those civilizations immediately accessible, one step away. In The Expanse, space travel looks very different from the fantastical leaps of other franchises. There are no wormholes or hyperspace dimensions, no shortcuts through the laws of physics. Instead, humanity expands into the solar system with the help of one revolutionary piece of technology, the Epstein drive. The Epstein drive is a highly efficient fusion engine that burns continuously, providing constant thrust over long periods of time. Unlike chemical rockets, which give a short burst of acceleration before coasting, a ship with an Epstein drive can accelerate halfway to its destination and then flip to decelerate for the remainder of the journey. This drastically cuts travel time within the solar system, making colonization of Mars, the Belt, and the moons of Jupiter and Saturn not only possible but practical. What sets the Epstein drive apart is its realism. It doesn't break the speed of light or invent new dimensions. It takes known physics and pushes them further. A ship under thrust experiences real gravity. The constant acceleration simulates a stable environment for the crew. This simple detail grounds The Expanse in a level of plausibility that most sci-fi settings don't attempt. Space travel isn't glamorous. It's hard, dangerous, and physically demanding. But even this engine comes with trade-offs. Continuous thrust means continuous strain on both ship and crew. Long burns at high acceleration are lethal to unprotected humans, requiring the use of the juice, a cocktail of drugs that strengthens the body and protects against the crushing force of G-forces. Fuel is still a finite resource, and tactical decisions often come down to how much Delta V a ship has left. These limitations preserve the tension of space travel, making every maneuver a calculation of risk versus reward. Narratively, the Epstein drive is central to The Expanse's world building. It explains how humanity has spread throughout the solar system without invoking faster-than-light magic. More than that, it shapes politics and society. Mars becomes a military powerhouse thanks to its shipbuilding expertise. The Belt becomes a fragile lifeline of mining colonies, sustained by trade. And Earth maintains dominance as the birthplace of humanity. The drive doesn't just move ships. It moves history, culture, and conflict. In contrast to warp or hyperdrive, the Epstein drive is not about breaking barriers, but about pushing them. It represents a near-future vision of what humanity might actually achieve if we continue to refine propulsion technology. It's gritty, believable, and all the more fascinating because of how possible it feels. When we compare these 5 methods of space travel, it becomes clear that they're more than just technical solutions to the problem of distance. They're symbols of the stories that contain them. Stargate's hyperdrive turns the galaxy into a battlefield of civilizations. Star Trek's warp drive is an engine of exploration and diplomacy, carrying the Federation's ideals into the unknown. Battlestar Galactica's FTL jumps capture the fear and desperation of survival. Each jump is a gamble between life and death. The Stargates themselves transform space travel into something immediate and mythic, a step into wonder. And the Epstein drive grounds us in realism, reminding us that even within our own solar system, space is vast, dangerous, and filled with human struggle. Together, they show us that science fiction is not just about moving faster than light. It's about what those journeys reveal about us. Our hopes, our fears, our ambitions, and our imagination all shape the ways we dream of reaching the stars. So the real question is, if you could choose, which engine would you trust to take you on your journey? So that's it. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time.